What's going on, everyone? NoZoupForYou here, and I've got a little bit of ranked action right now. I mean, nothing too spectacular or anything. I mean, I did come in first on my team, but it wasn't like it was a phenomenal round. But the point of this is, I'm playing the Champagne, and I've actually been trying it out a lot lately and kind of enjoying it. I think one of the reasons for that is it's got speed, it's got maneuverability, it's got secondaries that reach pretty far, and I know a lot of you are probably saying, hey, secondaries, they're not what they used to be, but they do have a purpose, and I'll get to that here in a little bit. First, before that, though, Wargaming has a pretty neat promotion going right now, recruiting event now and between April, actually March, for every individual that you get into the game, you get 20 bucks for your PayPal. So for those of you that haven't played in a long time, it works for re-recruits as well. Follow my link at the end of this video, or if you're someone that follows my videos and doesn't have the game loaded or hasn't played, follow the link. Help me out. You also get some really cool incentives as well, some freebies from World of Warships. So enough about that. The one thing I kind of wanted to cover in this video today is regarding just some of the captain skills and what's going on with them. Primarily Deadeye, which I know a lot of people are not too happy about right now, and people are saying that it's destroying the game and that it's not good for the game. And I know people are frustrated with it, and I don't like the skill in general. I think it really does induce passive gameplay. I've seen more battleships hugging the back of the line than I've ever seen before, even in ranked and random, and it is frustrating. Which is partly why I enjoy the Champagne so much, because it's pushing myself up. Now, there are ways to counteract that particular skill. And, I mean, it's pretty obvious. One way to counteract that is with aircraft carriers. If you have an aircraft carrier in the game, as long as they keep those battleships spotted, they can't use Deadshot. There's no way for them to use it, because it relies on them being hidden. And if they're not hidden, if they're spotted, they don't get the bonus to their accuracy. Another way is pushing. If you're in a battleship that either has or doesn't have it, primarily or preferably doesn't have it, push, because if you spot them, they can't use it. So that's another very nice added bonus. Now, we're talking about secondaries also, and how they're quote-unquote useless and not worth having anymore. Well, not completely. It is in some ways worth it to boost up your secondaries because of some of the new captain skills. And it doesn't make the secondaries better per se, but you get nice bonuses for having further secondaries, primarily with the brawling captain skill that decreases your reload time on both your secondaries and your main guns by 10% if an enemy ship is within secondary range, as you're seeing right now. So my main battery reload time has been decreased significantly, and you can see my secondary starting to pop off right here. And again, this is why I'm favoring the Champagne so much right now. Why I'm enjoying the Champagne so much in ranked battles. I mean, it does give me the flexibility to fly around the map and push up with destroyers if I want to. I think the ship is really more suited to a ranked situation than to an actual random battle. I think in ranked gameplay you can take advantage of its bonuses and its pros more than you can in a random battle. And you can see right there, I got a nice sit on that Linen, and he's about done here. I'm just gonna speed my way out of here. I know he can't fire quite yet. I'm hoping I can take him out, but you know, things being what they are, I had bad luck finishing ships lately. I'll get them down to like 100 hit points, and then it just won't turn out. So overall, I mean, a lot of people have been talking about these new commander skills and whether or not this rework has been good or bad. And right now, you know, my overall review of the rework, I think it's good. I think it's good for the game. It keeps it fresh. It keeps things new, and I'll admit I'm enjoying trying out new things with all my ships, not just battleships, but destroyers and everything else. And unlike before, where everything was very cookie cutter and you could get away with using the same captain skills on every single ship in a class, you really can't do that anymore. Or at least you're missing out if you do. There's so much more. So I really think that's what Wargaming and World of Warships was trying to do. They were trying to break that mold and make the captain skills more meaningful. And I believe they have done that successfully. And from what I've seen online on the various forums, Facebook, everywhere else, I think a lot of players are agreeing as well. They do agree that, you know, Deadeye is kind of a really cheap commander skill, and maybe in the future they'll tone that down just a little bit, because I agree that's really the one skill that I have an issue with. But everything else, you know, everything else is jiving pretty good. So I really like this rework. I feel that the skills that they've included are better. They add to the game. They add to particular ship lines like cruisers. You know, I covered, and I hate to say it, but just then I was using my Deadshot, which, again, it just, yeah, the skill just makes things too accurate. Way too accurate. And again, I for my satisfaction, am playing somewhat aggressive right now. So I'm not sitting on the back, in the back of the map. I'm still making use of it, but I'm also pushing. And again, I think that's because this is the ranked 7v7 format. So again, though, the counter to that, this aircraft carrier right here is the counter to that. His planes are the counter to that. Keeping me spotted would be to the counter to that. So aircraft carrier players, just keep that in mind. The more you keep your battleships, or the battleships on the other team spotted, the less they can use that particular captain skill. Same goes for you destroyers. The closer you get to them, the better the chances are they can't use that. So the closer you are to danger, the further away you are from harm, to steal a phrase from Lord of the Rings, or more primarily the Two Towers. So now that that carrier's gone, you know, we've got a firm hand on this round. I'm going to turn around and try and help my team out to the north. Looks like our carrier and that battleship's getting chased, so I really don't want to lose this round since we've pretty much got it nipped in the bud. And again, another reason why I love the Champagne, it just gives me that ability to get from one side of the map to the other as quickly as possible, especially with that speed boost. Plus, its guns are pretty good. I mean, you only have 6 guns, but they hit very hard, and I mean, I find that I get a lot of overpens, which isn't a sign that the guns are bad. I think a lot of players misinterpret that. It's just it's a sign that your guns are almost too powerful for what you're shooting at. So yeah, if you have the Champagne, give it a try in ranked. You might be surprised. If you like playing aggressive battleships, if you like pushing up, it's the ship for you, because it's fast, it's maneuverable, it's got that speed boost, it's got good guns, it's got far secondaries that can make use of brawling, that commander skill that gives you that minus 10%. But yeah, I know a lot of people, Deadeye, Deadshot, what calling it so many different things right now. Why don't we just call it the God skill? You know, just the cheap God skill. Yeah, I know a lot of players don't like it. I get that. But I don't think it's the end of the world. I don't think it's completely wrecking the game. And I think a lot of players are going to realize once people start figuring out these counters, and that it's only good as long as a ship can stay undetected. You know, if you move in on these ships quicker, they can't use it. Those players cannot use it. So if you want to completely neuter 4 captain skill points, either get in an aircraft carrier and spot, get in a destroyer and spot, get in a cruiser and push, or get in a battleship and push. And if you do that, if you keep those battleships spotted that are using it and relying on it, they're not going to be able to take advantage of it. And that's basically 4 captain skill points wasted right there that they may be able to use once in a round. And there's no guarantee they're going to hit a ship with that. So the best way to negate that skill is to just play a little more aggressive. And we are in the closing seconds of this round. This Benson's going to push up. I tried to ram him. Didn't quite work the way I wanted to. I mean, he didn't sink me or anything. I think he already fired his torp. So I was trying to take out this North Carolina right here again. And once again, I think I took him down to basically nothing. And couldn't seal the deal. Someone else got him. But I'm going to push on this Benson right here and try with all my might to ram him. You know what, it is satisfying, those rare times where you do ram a destroyer in something other than a destroyer, but that wasn't to be today. He's going to go down. We're going to get the win. Again, give Champagne a try if you have it. It is a pretty cool ship, especially for ranked gameplay. Want to hear your thoughts on the new captain skills, and if you think it's a success. I do. I think it is. Again, link for my recruiting page is in this video description as well. Hope you all are doing wonderful. Hope you all have a great week, and I will definitely catch you all later. Zoop out.